What's good? How everybody feeling out there today? Today's topic is about sex talk.
Come on.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you.
You know, it's something that everybody as a couple goes through. I don't want this video to be misconstrued that it has something to do with why men cheat or why people cheat. No, this video is basically to try to help you take your sex life from good to great, which I think everybody can use a little improvement. Unless you have a vibrant sex life, and maybe you should offer some help to your friends who are couples or even your single friends. Now, I talk to a lot of men who are in relationships, and I talk to some men who are not, single and married, and people who are just, they're not married. They have a significant other, but they're just not married. And, throughout this video, I'm going to try to give their side, my pointers, and things that should help add a little spice to your sexual life with your partner. I did a lot of research, so you may see me flip this page, referencing the things that I've learned. Now, one of the main goals is to take time to understand your partner's sexual needs. It's not all about you. You may think, oh, my sex life is good. The question is, have you asked your partner? How does they feel about it? Because sometimes you may feel like it's going a certain way, but if you don't really have that conversation with your partner, you don't know how they're feeling about it. Maybe they want to try something new or try a different position. The thing is, most people are afraid to discuss it. Most may think that, where if I'm asking you, could we have sex more or something like that, you may feel like it's something wrong with the relationship. No, that's not the case. Don't put those two things together or make a slick comment like, well, if you don't like what I'm doing, find somebody else. That's not the way to approach this. The way to approach it is to understand that, well, hey, everything else is good, but maybe he wants to take it to great, or she wants to take it to great. That's where having those discussions can make everything easier. From the research I've done, most people usually does not have a conversation about sex. It's either right before they're about to have sex, during sex, or right after sex. It won't be like a random Tuesday in a text, or I polo a lot, or in a polo, or even FaceTime. You'd be like, well, do you like this position, or do you like that position? Do you like when I lick you here, or do you want me to kiss you more here, or would you like more foreplay? Those basic conversations, as a normal, rarely happens. It's either before, during, or after. So it takes time for people to grow to that point. Like, you still have to be able to communicate. And it may feel abnormal at first, but the more you try it, the more you're working at it, it will get normal. Be willing to try new things. Add a little spice to the bedroom. Now, everyone knows their limit, how far they will push it, how far they are willing to go. Some people are real conservative. Some people are closet freaks, and they are scared to open up to the extent of, going full-fledged, because they are scared of what their partner may say. But the bedroom should be a place of relief from the outside world. Somewhere you can, when you're in there with your partner, it's no holds bars, up into a point that you're willing to go. Now, to the extreme might be adding somebody else in there. And then the low end might just try a new position. Leg behind your head. Hold one leg up. You know what I mean? Back shot from the side. Different things that you could try to add a little spice. Everything isn't for everybody. I'm someone I'm open in the bedroom. My only drawback, or only thing that I say I would not participate in, and there's no compromise, is nothing penetrating me. Excuse me. There's nothing penetrating me. But anything else, me and my wife can have a conversation, and we can, see how far or how things would go, what she might like and what I might like. I got to know her desires as well. She should know my desires. Because if for as long as we've been together, it's been times where it has gotten dull. You don't want to fall into the rut of being, it becomes so routine. We fuck on Monday. Then you don't want to fuck on Tuesday because we just did a Monday. Then you may do it Wednesday, or then you talking about how tired you are on Wednesday. Sex should be something that's given with no, it shouldn't matter how long ago you had it or nothing like that. It should be something that's given freely. I understand every time doesn't have to be making love. Everybody should understand that. It could be sometimes you lay it on your side, just pulling drawers in and let me get it. You know what I mean? Couple pumps. Like Bernie Mac saying, only a couple pumps. Count them if you ain't got nothing else to do and get up out of there. Then sometimes it could be more sensual, kissing, more foreplay and things of that nature. But the time dictates that, and plus, especially if you have kids. Now, communicating with the men and some of the women and the couples and single people that I've talked to, these are some of the things they say they wish would happen. Like they wish they could have sex more frequently and they shouldn't have to ask. Like it shouldn't be a chore. When it's looked at it as a chore, then it's not, even though whoever's getting it, they happy to get it, but they want it to be something that both want to do. Be more spontaneous. Fuck it, act like you're teenagers. Fuck in the car or fuck in the laundry room. If you got kids, call them to the side and get it out of the way real quick. Keep that good energy flowing. Don't always be so conservative. And sometimes if the man is always taking charge, woman, sometimes you need to take charge. Don't be afraid to throw him on that bed or while he sleep, pull his drawers there. He gonna feel it. In the same way y'all lift y'all ass up so we can pull in the drawers, he gonna lift his ass up so you can pull it in here. I mean, give him head without no question. That's something that most men, one of their biggest gripes. Head with no question. I'm someone who, I care about head, but it ain't too important to me as far as in my relationship. But if I was to get it, I ain't gonna turn it down. I mean, go ahead and do your thing. I'll sit back and relax, let you do what you gotta do, then I go about my business. I mean, pay attention to our needs more. Because if the man is doing right, he should be paying attention to your needs as well. Doing what he needs to do to make sure that he's helping you reach your climax. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to tell him how you like to be licked or where you want to be licked. Stick a finger in there while you're licking it. Things like that so you can reach your climax and have that orgasm. So maybe you will want to have sex more, because that's what it should all be about. And once again, this video is not about cheating. This video is about how to take your sex life from good to great, especially if you have been in a long committed relationship, because we don't want the sex life to get dull. And everybody wants to be pleasured, I would say. Excuse me for that. Most men or some people ask if they like to do certain things, are they normal? Like, it's some men who like to sleep with men and women, but they are down low. They're scared to tell their significant other. You got some people who like threesomes. You got some people who only like missionary. You are normal. It's nobody out there. It's nothing sexual that you're doing that isn't done by probably a group of people. So don't feel that you are not normal. If you want to have sex every day, you got a high sex drive. You are normal. Now, having a high sex drive does not mean having sex for an hour or two at a time. It just means that you can do it now, 10 minutes later or an hour later, you're ready to do it again. That's sometimes the misconception of it. And it's good to try to figure out your partner. Try to find out what makes him or her orgasm or make them reach their peak to the fullest of their ability. Me and my wife, my blue-eyed devil, that's an inside joke to all you white women out there. Please don't come for my head unless you're willing to give me head.
And it ain't cheating if I wanna get some head.
me and her have been through a lot to where we're willing to discuss a lot of things, try a lot of things. Perfect example is I like when she tells me what she wants while we are having sex. You know, far as if I'm eating her out, grab my ears, pull my head, hold me down, put your knees around put your legs around my neck to show me that you're liking it. So I know the next time I know what steps to take to help you reach that climax faster. Don't be afraid to do something like that, or don't be afraid to have that conversation. You don't want him down there licking and you're not getting satisfied. That seems like it would be counterproductive. If he's down there, you should want him to get down there and hurry up so he can help you reach that climax. So you can have some, it could turn into something that you will want done all the time. And if you ask your old lady for some head and she says, well, you give me some, to me, that's a good bargain. You should be willing to say, okay, because you're getting something in return, and maybe she feels like that you aren't performing it enough on her, so it's an equal exchange to her. Then maybe if that happens for so long, maybe she would give you head with no problem because she knows that you don't have no problem returning the favor. And most men out there, please listen at this part very carefully. Be comfortable with your manhood. Be comfortable. There's nothing you can do to change it, as you're gonna pay to have some surgery or something. But your manhood is your manhood. What you have is what you have. Learn to work with what you got. Don't be ashamed of it. Small, big, wide, skinny. Don't be ashamed. You just work that motherfucker the best way you can work it. You know what I mean? The woman that you with, maybe you're lacking in the length or girth. Make up for it with the foreplay. Help her reach her climax even more. Just don't be going there, pound it out, and you got yours, but she didn't get hers. And you would never know that if you don't have those conversations, random conversations about sex. And also, in order to have a vibrant sex life, you have to communicate. Your sex life ain't gonna change on its own. Like, it ain't gonna go from you doing missionary to all of a sudden you got a damn swing in your bedroom, unless y'all working together. Like, working on your sex life doesn't mean that the relationship is bad. Once again, it just means that you're trying to take it from good to great. And it's easier to be conservative. It's easy. That's the natural thing to be, conservative. Well, I'm just gonna lay right here. I ain't gonna make no noise. I ain't gonna show him that I like it or nothing. I'm just gonna lay right here and let him get what he wants. That's a dead fuck. There ain't too many men that want that. I mean, it should be each time you don't have to get butt ass naked, but you should try to get butt ass naked as possible. Men, you need to make your woman understand that you love every inch of her body. Like, show affection sometimes without looking for sex. Throughout the day, you know, kiss on her neck, pinch that ass, you know, different things that, you know, to show her that you love her the way she is, but you're not looking for sex in that moment. Sometimes doing that throughout the day will help lead up to the sexual encounter, which will make it that much more better because it's a build-up, and she can see how much you actually are lusting for her. Please lust after your woman. Even if you love her, still lust after her. Like, I'm someone who, I want my woman to dress a certain way, because, like I said, when we was going out, when we was out, it was certain women I would see that would make me look. They was dressed with, you know, short skirt or something, tights or something, ass shaking or whatever. That's what I want my wife to be in. That's my preference, because instead of me gazing, even though I might gaze at them if she got it on, but to see her in that builds it up to once we left the club and I get to take it off. Like, that was sort of foreplay for me. And I still wanted to dress that way, but she's got a little bit older and trying to get a little bit conservative, but she understands that I'm a freak by nature. She opened me up, and once she opened that can of worms, this little worm stay ready to get hard. Maybe I should have said that, but it's true. My little blue-eyed devil. And once again, white women, don't come at my head unless you're trying to give me some head.
And it ain't cheating if I wanna get some head.
I try to learn her fantasies and her desires. I try to feel, what she likes, I want to like it. And try to give her that experience. Maybe it's a one-time thing where she just want to try it and see how it is. Or maybe it start from one time to a couple times. Everything is based on your comfort zone within reason. Like if you're a woman who says no, there's never gonna be another woman brung up in here, that's cool. But don't let that deter you from trying other things within reason. One of the main gripes that I hear is that it becomes routine, that we're doing the same thing over and over. Sometimes that side booty, when you just laying on your side, sometimes that side booty get boring. Sometimes laying on your back get boring. Back shots all the time get boring. Just the normal back shots. Put your feet off the bed sometimes. Lean your body across the mattress. Put your feet off the bed. Them different kind of styles, positions for back shots. It's things like that can add a little spice. And if he busts quick, and if he busts quick and you haven't been satisfied, sometimes it may take you to, caress him, give him some head or something to help him get back up so he can go. At least he knows that you really want it and you haven't been satisfied. That's something simple that you could do just so you can make sure that he understands that you still want to get yours. But to let him bust quick and then you're not satisfied, and then that's a reason why you don't want to have sex as much, that's counterproductive too. They say you should be 3 things in the bedroom: good, giving, and gain. The good is skilled in bed, the giving is generous, and the game is willing to try whatever your partner is into within reason. If you're those 3 things in the bedroom, your sex life should be vibrant and should be something worthwhile. But you have to be willing to communicate what it is you like in order for you to check off all 3 of those things. And avoid getting into routines, as I've been saying. Try to change it up every so often. I can understand people have kids. I got 4 myself. But that still doesn't mean that you shouldn't make your sexual frustration not a priority, because sexual frustration can cause a lot of problems throughout the relationship because you got so much built up and you can't even release it. You got people, you going through the day, you mad, why the grass growing? Why water in the pool? Things like that. You mad for no reason just because you just so backed up. And then once you do get it, you 5 pumps in and you already feel yourself about to bust because you haven't fucked so often. It should have it as much as possible. Now, some things that you can do to spice it up, and these are just suggestions. These are nothing that's saying that you should do it. Like sex clubs. Go to a sex club. That's something I would like to try. Hopefully. If she's watching, I would like to try a sex club. Just to go to it, and experience that. Threesomes. I'm someone who looks at a threesome as an art form because it's arousing mentally and physically for me just to watch it unfold and then to be able to join. I love a threesome with a passion. That's something that if you haven't tried and you're willing to try, take the proper precautions and try it out. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. But that's a conversation that you have to have in order to set parameters of how it should go down and things of that nature. Maybe you want more foreplay. Communicate that. Maybe you should try more foreplay, understanding that that's something that he or she likes. More foreplay often can lead to longer sex, but you got to be willing to try it. I know y'all heard of grapefruit, where you put the hole inside the grapefruit. That's something else you can try, eh? new positions. It's just something else if you're just someone who's conservative, missionary, missionary is your main one. Get on top. Get on top. Sometimes you might need to get on top. Ride it. You can work on certain things you do as a woman in the shower. Learn to shake one booty cheek. You know what I mean? He might not like that. Make both of them bitches bounce. But you don't have to do that for the public. It could be something done behind closed doors. And that would reel him in even more to where he'd be like, damn, she did that. He'd be willing to try some new things. It's just things you could do to work on your sex life to, once again, get it from good to great. Doesn't mean that your relationship is broken because he's asking you to try different things in the bedroom. It shouldn't be no, if you don't like what I'm doing, then why are you here? It shouldn't be that discussion because he's been with you. He just want to go from good to great. He wants to add a little spice to his sex life, especially someone he sees as his life partner, or as my wife would say, as his lobster. Someone he plans on to be with for the rest of his life. It shouldn't be no, if you don't like what I'm doing, you can find somebody else, or why are you with me? That's counterproductive. That's going to make other problems arise. But once again, this video is not about why men cheat or things like that. Men, if you are someone who can't get hard, you have erectile dysfunction, seek help. But also let your partner know, no matter what she does, it might not get up as fast, or you don't stay hard, or whatever problems you may have with erectile dysfunction. I don't have that problem, but I know it's a lot of people. They say it's like 18 million in the United States who suffers that. Seek help, but also let your partner know, because no one wants to be sexually frustrated. And if your man busts quick, just know maybe he just busts quick because you're so wet, or he's not getting it as much, and he probably feels disappointed in himself. But be willing to help him get back hard so he can pleasure you and get you off to whatever level you want to get. Or maybe tell him to eat that thing. Men, sometimes you might got to eat it for 30 minutes. Because some women, they don't orgasm as fast. Some of them don't even relax enough to have an orgasm. So you might have to eat it for a little bit longer till she can find the right spot. Watch her masturbate so you can learn how to do it for her, to help her get to that point. Maybe you need to eat it with a finger in it or some things like that. Be willing to try different things to keep it fresh, because you don't want to get into worrying about yourself and not about your spouse, especially when you're supposed to be a team to help this thing grow from good to great. I hope this video is something that men and women can sit down, couples can sit down and listen, and I hope it can turn your relationship around as far as in the bedroom to make it wonderful. Swings, toys. There's nothing wrong with toys. Bring in a toy. Like I said, my limit is something penetrating me. Your limit may not be that. But communicate with your significant other, and don't worry about where if we break up, she might say something or he might say something. Sex is sex. When you're having it, it should be all about pleasure, about you reaching your climax. Fuck the negative stereotype around being a freak. Throw all that out the window. I'm a freak. I'm proud of it. I'm the president of the club, the Freak Nation Club. I'm the president of it. And I don't care what nobody says, because my wife knows I'm a freak. And she's my freak. I'm her freak. I do what she wants me to do. She do what I want her to do. That's the balance that we have. But it took communication for us to get to that point. I hit her up on a Tuesday, be like, look, when I get home, ain't nobody there. I want you to be on the counter with nothing on. As soon as I come through the door. So, like, that's some spice right there to me. As soon as I open the door, she right there. You should put some whipped cream or something on there, just to add a little bit more flavor to it. That's something that you could do to add a little spice. Play out fantasies, role play. I want to role play too. So, that's something else I'm willing to try. But those are things that you can do to help your relationship go from, once again, good to great. Hope this video helped y'all out, and y'all be sure to check out the website www.shopthestoop.com. Check out my homeboys, Slug Life Podcast. Follow them on Facebook, Slugware. Check out Days Hayes Podcast, Dietrich Hayes. Check him out Facebook, all social media platforms, Days Hayes. And remember, tomorrow starts a new day.